Okay, folks, let's kick it off. We've got a great set of speakers that are going to chat with us about green building and some of the coolest things that are going on in the area. And we're going to have a couple of speakers, and then we're going to do again with the little questions up there with your little camera that makes phone calls, and do it just the same way we did it before. So first we're going to hear from Jennifer Rominiecki about innovating a greener future at Selby Botanical Gardens. Jennifer is the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Marie Selby Botanical Gardens, and she's repositioned the institution as a living museum, boosting admissions, membership, revenue, vitality, visibility, and all kinds of cool stuff. All right, Jennifer.
Thanks, John. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, good. I'm loud anyway. So as John said, I'm Jennifer Rominiecki, President and CEO of Marie Selby Botanical Gardens. I hope you've all been there before. Okay, just wanted to check. But what I'm going to do today is share with you exciting progress we are making toward our master site plan, and it's really about innovating a greener future. So basically, some of you may have heard what we've been up to, but before I launch right into it, I just want to back it up for a minute and just ask the question, why is the work of Selby Gardens important, right? Well, basically, all life on Earth depends on plants, okay? 96% of the oxygen we breathe comes from plants. Food, medicine, shelter, clean water, and a cooling system for our planet, right? So Selby Gardens' role is to advance plant research to inform worldwide conservation efforts, because if we don't know what the world has, we can't conserve it. Also, our role is to build awareness about the importance of plants to all life on Earth. So my second question is, why must we make Selby Gardens Master Plan a reality? And really, I can drill that down to 3 key points for you. The first being that currently the world's best scientifically documented collections of orchids and bromeliads are right now residing on the ground in the flood zone and aging infrastructure. And Hurricane Irma made it abundantly clear to us how at risk our collections are. And then, not to mention projected sea level rise, climate change, and all of those aspects. Number 2, which is a good problem to have, is we can no longer accommodate the visitors who want to connect with our mission. On peak days, we turn away 200 visitors because we can't accommodate them. We can't park them.
Hey, send them to Spanish Point.
Nice try, John. Maybe I will. So basically, you might know that Selby Gardens was never master planned to be a public destination. The land is residential parcels that were acquired over its 40-plus year history. And because of that, it was never planned to be a public destination. We're lacking some of those critical amenities to handle our more than 200,000 visitors a year. And finally, we wanted to really embark on preserving our historical treasures, both our historic buildings and our amazing 15 acres downtown in the heart of Sarasota. So this gives you an aerial shot of the new Marie Selby Botanical Gardens. And so the idea is really to preserve our historic treasures, which, you know, I probably should point it out to you, but basically...
You got a pointer on there.
Okay.
No, you got it right at the right.
Okay, let's see. The red dot, okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, perfect. So this is our main peninsula, and the idea is to preserve our historic buildings. There's the Selby House, which just received local historic designation. Here is Michael's on the Bay, our catering facility you may be familiar with. Here is the Payne Mansion, our museum building, which is a National Historic Landmark and also just received local historic designation. Our plan also calls for preserving Palm Avenue here, that wonderful old Augusta block, as a pedestrian-only thoroughfare through the heart of the gardens. The Great Lawn and the main gardens property here will be just as it was when Marie Selby lived there herself. But the idea here is to consolidate our operations to this upper quadrant of our property in new efficient structures. And by doing that, we pick up 50% more green space within our 15 acres. So it's really an amazing gift to the community, to, you know, especially in a time like now when our city is developing so much and there's so much building going on, 50% more open green space. And basically, the new structures that are planned really just exemplify innovative, sustainable building. So the idea is all of the new structures feature solar energy, green roofs, stormwater management, and resilience standards up to a Category 5 hurricane. So the structure that the arrow is pointing to there is what we're calling the Sky Garden. And what that is it's all vertical walls, it's all living plants, armature for air plants, if you will, but it masks 4 stories of parking. On the first floor has a plant boutique, a retail shop, and on the rooftop has a destination restaurant with a rooftop edible garden fueling it. What is so amazing about this project is it houses on the roof a 20,000 square foot solar array that will power the entirety of that building and the 2 adjacent buildings, as well as a 500,000 gallon stormwater management system to collect rainwater, purify it. Selby will be able to use it for irrigating our property, and also will be able to return clean water to the bay. And so just to give you an idea of how cutting edge this project is, the Botanical Garden Complex that's planned will be the first net positive botanical garden complex at any botanical garden in the world. And so basically 3 of the structures together will be powered all by solar energy. The project also represents the first net positive living community and the first net positive restaurant in the entire world. So there are no other restaurants that are fully powered by solar energy. And, you know, Florida is the sunshine state, so we really should stand out and shine in this area. And this project is a chance not only for Selby Gardens to shine, but for Sarasota to shine and for the state of Florida to shine as an international leader in sustainability. And so to give you an idea of how cutting edge this project is, this is a certification chart, and basically right here is code, right? And then here are the 4 layers of LEED certification up to platinum right here. Well, the certification we are pursuing is this one. And it's the new Living Building certification that it's called PETAL certification. And again, net positive structures, meaning that the project will generate more energy than it consumes. Really amazing stuff, I think. So this gives you a view of the Welcome Center when you're coming in, and on the right is the Sky Garden, and you are never going to hear me call that a parking garage. It is a Sky Garden that is great for the environment, okay, just to be clear. And on the left is the Plant Research Center that will house all of our important collections, raise them up, and protect them out of harm's way. This is another view of the Welcome Center. And the Lily Pond Garden on the right. You can see the thoroughfare of Palm Avenue also on the right, and on the left is the Plant Research Center. Here's a close-up of the Plant Research Center. So all of those rare collections get housed in proper structures on the 2nd floor of this structure, and you know, really protected out of harm's way. Here's a view of the restaurant. With the most amazing view of the bay. And it's fueled by this rooftop edible garden. At the end here are new glass houses, which will really also be up to a Category 5 resilience. And here's a learning pavilion. And what I want to do is I'm going to press play on a video animation of this project right now. Volume?
Let there be volume.
Let there be volume.
Thank you so much.
Pretty cool, right? So I know I'm out of time, so I just wanted to really quickly tell you it's a 3-phase 10-year master plan. The first phase is the biggest part of the project with that sky garden, the Palm Avenue Promenade restoration, the Welcome Center, the Plant Research Center, and the restoration of the Selby House. Phase 2 is really about the glass houses and the learning pavilion. And phase 3 is about unifying the entire garden together. And so essentially, we are doing everything we can to break ground on phase 1 about a year from now, because we are at risk. We have to dodge these storms until, we're doing everything we can to get this done to secure our future before something happens. And so essentially our team is comprised of Olin, the master planner, Overland, our architect, Kimley Horn is here, Chris Ciampaglione, civil engineer, and Willis Smith, our construction manager. And so we did launch a campaign for this effort, and we are trying to raise $92 million, okay? $72 million is for capital construction, $20 million is for endowment and operations. The biggest part of the project is phase 1, which is $42.5 million, and I'm thrilled to be able to say we've raised more than 50% of what we need for phase 1 in about a year. Thank you. So we're just really excited, and we think the community understands how important this project is, and it's really about preserving our history and sustaining our future. Thank you very much.